What? Ooh, a lamp. It's not plugged in. Hi. Apparently, well, I don't really have anything to say about this. Who could have possibly have done this? Like, we gotta think about all the options. Who could have done this? Who could have done this? I got it! Ghosts. It's probably ghosts. I bet you ghosts made my old table glitch out of existence, and then this one glitches into existence. I'm not gonna lie, it's an upgrade, but at the same time, why? Yeah, why? But now the main question is, which ghost, did this? So I need to call someone. Who are we gonna call? Oh, I got it! I don't remember their phone number though, but what I do remember is where they're located. So I can just, look that up and then, give them a call. Okay.
Hello, it's Starbucks. How may I help you?
Yeah, hi. I'll have a ghost latte with extra pumps of haunted.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, that'll be ready in 5 hours.
All right, bye. Huh. Well, this doesn't really help with my ghost scenario, but at the same time, it is pretty good. Well, I can do the next best thing, and that's play the video game. Alrighty, I'm gonna play a Ghostbusters, the video game, Remastered. Jesus, that is probably the longest title I've ever seen in a game. Alrighty, why don't we start a new game? That was a close one. Why don't we start a new career? Alrighty, so you start off in this museum, and then there is this weird giant explosion of mist stuff that comes from the museum. So, that's fun. And then you see the Ghostbusters, and then the weird blue misty thing affects them because, it spreads out the entirety of New York. It's a little hard to miss. So it's up to the Ghostbusters to figure out why. Just why? Why did this happen? Why? And because of the weird blue mist thing, Slimer has escaped. God dang it, I thought that thing was supposed to keep him in. And then you try to zap Slimer, but then, he dodges it, and you accidentally hit this highly expensive equipment, and then a different ghost escapes as well. God, I'm not doing good on my birthday, I'm gonna say that. So now I have to clean up the mess that I made via capturing the two ghosts that I helped escape. Well, except for Slimer, that was kind of not really my fault, but the second one was, for sure, totally. So this whole section here acts like a tutorial. You just have to figure out how to, use the proton pack and, just how to capture a ghost in general, because, you're gonna have to be doing that a lot in this game, so it's good to know. So then after cleaning up the mess you made, now you're able to head on out to the Cedric Hotel. Because, why not? And this is the location where Slimer has escaped to, because it's the same place as the movies. And then inside the Cedric Hotel, we go to the 12th floor because, again, why not? And then up here, you will find Slimer just eating away. And then you shoot him with the proton pack, and then you kind of miss a little, and then he runs away. So now you gotta chase him down again. And then you'll find him hiding in this vase, but before you're able to capture him, he runs away again. God damn it, this is getting really annoying. Just please stop running away. So then you go back down to the first floor, and then there's just a whole bunch of ghosts everywhere. They're just everywhere, and you have to capture them all. Except for Slimer, because again, he runs away. Slimer runs off into the ballroom, but the manager stops you because there's going to be a party in there in just 30 minutes. So you got to find another way into the ballroom. So why don't we try the kitchen? You walk through the kitchen, you get attacked by the chef a little bit, and then boom, you're in the ballroom. And then here you'll see Slimer, and you just gotta, capture him now. Pretty easy. After that, then you have to go back out, and then again, there's just a whole bunch of ghosts that you have to capture again. So, you know what that means. You know what that means. Ghosts! So after all that, now you have to chase the fisherman upstairs where he ran up to, and, while you go up there, he breaks the stairs, leaving just you up there with him, and you have to run around this hallway finding things. I didn't really think this one fully through. I'm just kind of rambling now, but I'm gonna roll with it. And then you walk down this hallway, and then like 15,000 gallons of water spill out this one door, and now the entire floor is flooded. Because that makes sense. Now it's like a maze. You're kind of just wandering around, going down hallways, hoping you find the place you need to be at. And then after a little while, the lamps start attacking you, because they're also haunted. I swear to God. And after a little while of wandering around, killing lamps, you finally make it to this room, where all of the water will flood away. Flood away. Huh. And now there's no more water, and you go into this room, and now you have to fight the ghost. And after a few minutes of fighting the ghost, the ghost wanders away into, I'm gonna say the kitchen, and then the rest of the Ghostbusters bust in, and then this weird mumble-jumble ghost comes out and starts attacking you. And how you defeat this thing is by, just shooting it until the health bar goes all the way down, and then grabbing its head, ripping it off, and then explodes. PG-13. And then you start hearing and feeling some, ginormous footsteps, and you're like, what can that possibly be? And then for some odd reason, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is back. I don't really know why, but he is. So we now have to go attack him. So then you walk out, and then boom, the Ecto-1. Wow! And it has a new thing called the Slammer, where you can, grab ghosts and then just slam them in. You don't have to mess around with a capturing thing or at all. You can just slam them in. That's why it's called the Slammer, get it? And then you wander around the streets of New York, you blow this thing up. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man throws a couple of things at you. A typical day in New York. And after a little while, you find the office building that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man is interested in, so you go into it. And then you find yourself in this room where a whole bunch of little marshmallow gremlins attack you. It's pretty easy to get rid of them, but be careful. They're made of marshmallows. With teeth! And after a little while, you find the person that Marshy was going after. I'm gonna call him Marshy here on out because, it's so nice. And then you have to go to the roof of the building because Marshy broke the stairs. Why are stairs so fragile in this game? So then you go upstairs, and then boom, you're on the roof. And then you have a couple more ghosts you have to attack. And then Marshy starts climbing the side of the building, and because, he's like shaking the whole building, you fall off. But then somehow they catch you, and now you're just kind of swinging off the side of a building. While Marshy's climbing the building. So, fun. And now you just kind of have to, shoot Marshy in the face until he, eventually gets too weak to climb up anymore and falls and explodes into just a whole bunch of white goop. Just so much marshmallow everywhere. Jesus Christ, that's a huge hat. I want it. And now we've saved New York again. Except for the part where, we don't really know what the big explosion mist thing was, so we still have to figure that out. So why don't we go do that? Next place we go to is the library, because science, a lot of science, we figured that out via cutscenes, stuff that I'm just not going to talk about. But what is important is, now we're here, and there are 2 level 3, I think they were, possessors that we have to attack and capture, because we really like ghosts. Gotta catch them all. Gotta trap them all. We don't want to get sued. And then inside the building, you're able to activate the new proton ability, which is a weird blue version, which has like a beam that shoots out that freezes the enemies, and then like a shotgun one that, does a really good job at enemies from close up, because, it's a shotgun type. So pretty good. And then after a little while, you get abandoned and you go into the main library part, and you have to fight this ginormous book monster that attacks you. Because why not? And how you defeat this is the same exact way on how you defeat the weird kitchen monster. You shoot it, grab its head, rip it off, and then it explodes. PG-13, I'm doing this a lot. I don't really know why. What is like this kind of? What does this mean? It could just say a whole bunch of things. It just could be like I'm absorbing energy, I'm saying something. It can mean a whole bunch of other things. It just means a lot. I'm doing this a lot. So, I'm gonna, keep on doing this. Huh. I can't stop. Anyways, what do I do next? Yeah, and then after you attack the book monster, then the gray lady pops out, and now you have to attack her. Okay, can someone please help me? I can't stop. Oh boy, it is summertime and it is getting hot with this jacket on. Ain't that right, chair? The chair says yes, it's getting really warm at almost 3 a.m. So why not? So then you can follow the gray lady, this room kind of floats up because why not? And then you make your way into, the basement part of the library where you get abandoned again. And now you're just kind of wandering around by yourself. But then after a little while, you wander into this room. And then Ray just kind of, comes flying out of the little... I don't even know what this machine is used for. I'm guessing like people put books onto it and then it goes all the way down. But I'm not fully sure. But what I do know is Ray just comes flying out of it and whacks his face off the floor, and it's hilarious. And then a whole bunch of little flying ghosts also fly out of the machine things, and you gotta shoot them all. Except for the part where I failed the mission, but that's fine. We don't think about that. I think I bumped the microphone, but I don't know if you're able to hear it. So I'm just gonna, keep on doing it. And after a little while of attacking the flying book things, the 2 possessors come out, and you have to capture them as well, which is, pretty easy. They kind of attack you, but not really. So, it's pretty simple though. It's pretty easy and simple. And then after that, you wander around a little more, and you find the children's area of the library. So you wander around that until you find some other part, which I'm not fully sure. I gotta real quickly, look it up. Okay, I looked it up and I found it out. You go into the basement of the library, and then you find this weird book thing that floats and then starts spinning around, and I don't really know fully what's going on here, but what I do know And then you go down into the basement of the library, and then you fight some coal monsters, which is the same thing as the book monster. Shoot them until their health bar goes all the way down, rip their head off, explode them, PG-13 all over the place. And then after that, then you go down into the basement of the library, and then you find the librarian, kind of sitting there. You take her book, and then she vanishes. Psych! She doesn't vanish, and then, she comes back all angry-like, and then a whole bunch of the book stands are, flying around her. You can't really get her because she's booked. Have the little book shield, and you have to get rid of the book stands to get rid of the book shield, and after the book shield, then you're able to capture her. Because that makes sense. And then after that, this weird orb thing pops up, and then you go through there, and then boom, you're in a completely different realm. I don't even know what's happening at this point. And then you split up into the ghost realm, and then you wander around a little bit until you eventually get back up with all the other Ghostbusters that were also in this realm. And then this just huge, just ginormous, weird ghost thing pops up, and you have to attack it. Which is, pretty simple. You shoot the eyeball until it, blows up, because we really like blowing stuff up. And then after that, then another portal opens up, and then you walk through, and then boom, you are back in the main real Earth realm thing. And, you see whatever that is on the wall. However, how it got here, I don't know, but it's important because, look at it. It looks important. And then after that, we go back to the headquarters, and then through a cutscene, we figure out that we have to go to the museum. Almost a library, but no, it's a museum. Which, is completely different from a library. One has knowledge, and one has knowledge. Completely different, but not. But it is different. Technically, one is a museum and one is a library. So, And then you make it to the museum, and then you find this box where an employee, I'm guessing, is stuck in. And we don't really know why the employee was stuck in there, but what we do know is he was. And he's probably going to get a free mug or t-shirt after this, so pretty good deal. And then this level 5, 13, 14, 15, 30 possessor comes out and then possesses Ray. And now you have to slime Ray until the possessor comes out. I forgot to mention, now you have a little slime ability on your backpack. So, that's fun. And then you capture the possessor, and you go into the elevator to go into the main party section of the museum. Because, there's a party going down at the museum. Whoop whoop! And then, it gets bombed because a whole bunch of ghosts had to pop out. So, that's fun. Party poopers. And then we have to capture more ghosts, which you know what that means. I love ghosts so much. It is so much fun to capture. Oh boy. And then after that whole just absolute great time getting ghosts, now we have to go into the museum to go after this ghost that captured this person that we need because she's important. So, we have to go get him now. So, fun. And then after a long while of capturing ghosts, like that, then you meet up with Ray, and you're at the main party section again, where you start sliming the main bad ghosts of the library, the museum, and then he goes into a weird crack in the floor. So, we gotta now go into that crack. Well, we don't go into the crack, we go into like a different part by sliming this weird art decoration thing, which will reveal just like a panel that opens up into a staircase, which we have to go down into now. Because, you know, that whole thing just made just a whole bunch of sense. Just so much sense. And then down here, you find out that you have a new ability in your proton pack where you're able to, like, do like a fast blast, like a pew, 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 and like a slightly slower but more powerful blast, like a pew, 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 pew kind of thing. And it's orange, and it's fun to use. Man, this is not really making much sense, but I don't really care. And then you wander around the under facility of the museum until you find the main boss battle arena where you're going to be fighting this guy. And, you know, he absorbs, I'm guessing, ghost souls and becomes real big. So, you know, now we have to attack him. And how you attack him is via, you know, shooting his little eyeball thing here. And after a little while of shooting it, it's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be gone for the count, and you'll never have to see him ever again. For real, you know, you don't have to see him ever again. Pretty simple. And then after that, you see that pattern thing again that, you know, is really important because look at it. It just looks important. So, you know, then you go back to the main headquarters building. And then you figure out that you actually missed the little symbol thing in the hotel. So you have to go back to there to find the symbol thing and shut it down, I guess. And then you go back to the hotel, but you can't get to the floor that you want to get to because the power is out. So what you have to do is go into the kitchen and wander around until you find a generator room. And then flick the generator off. Don't get electrified by the water. And then you have to attack more ghosts. Pretty easy. And then you go to the 12th floor again, and you have to find a very specific room. 2112, no, it was 1221. I think. It was one of those two. And then in here you will find the famous murderer, the spider person that killed people and now is a giant spider as a ghost. So some people look like themselves as a ghost, but then some people are able to transform into a spider as a ghost. That makes sense. Who would you want to be if you become a ghost? Who would you want to look like? A spider is definitely one way to be a terrifying ghost. I'm not gonna lie, a giant spider. But at the same time, there could be also more scarier ways of being a ghost. So, you know. And then you have to attack her until she dies. And then you'll, like, teleport into the ballroom. And the little important looking symbol will turn off. And you did it. Yay. And then after that, you go back to the headquarters, and there is one more, oh my god, one more thing to shut down, and that is in the island that sank. So you have to go there next. Once you get there, the island will start raising up, and now you have this whole island thing you have to go through. Yay. And then here you have to dodge out of the way of the minecart that's about to hit you. And then you have to go out into this area, which will have like a little hedge maze where you have to, you know, find this thing and then twist it, which will open up this door. And then in here, there will be a whole bunch of ghosts you have to capture, you know, boom, boom, boom. And then you have to do a whole bunch of other things. So let me just figure out what those other things are, and then I'll tell you what they are. And then you go through this door, and then there is a trap door where you're standing and you know, fall down. And now you're left alone again. And you just kind of wander around this part of the island. I'm not really fully sure if this is the basement or the basement or the basement or the basement. So I'm just gonna call it this part. And now you have to free all the other Ghostbusters that are trapped in these weird box things, and then, fight more ghosts, and then free the other Ghostbuster, and then fight more ghosts, and then free the other Ghostbuster, and then fight more ghosts. But you don't free the other Ghostbuster, he's already free. But you do still fight ghosts, so. And after a little while of fighting ghosts, you find yourself in this room, which has a planet thing aligner, but instead of aligning planet or whatever it was, it is aligning realms. Because, you're able to do that with one of those. So. And it's pretty simple, you just grab these little moving things and then you just, just slam them down. Just slam them down until they break. And then the entire thing starts flooding with black slime. And then this comes out. I don't really know what this is, but what I do know is we gotta kill it by shooting the little glowy part on its head. And then when that's, destroyed, then we have successfully shut down all of the symbol things on this main symbol thing, which is really important. And then we go back to the headquarters. And then you're back at the headquarters and everything is just destroyed because the main power source has been flicked off and all the ghosts have been freed. But you don't have to capture all the ghosts again. But technically you do, but you don't do it in this game. It's kind of hinted at that you gotta do it, so that's gonna be fun in the future. So yay, again. And then the last place you have to go to is Central Park, which looks a little bit different, I don't really remember a giant building thing with a glowing beam of power shooting out of it. But what I do know is we're here at Central Park. So why don't we, capture more ghosts again? And then in Central Park, you get abandoned yet again. And you kind of have to wander around, capture ghosts and stuff like that, until you get to the gate controls, and then you flick this down, and the gate will open up. And then you, capture a whole lot more ghosts, like this type of capturing ghosts. Oh my god, it's so much fun! I love capturing ghosts! Yes! What was that? What did it just hit? Ghosts! And you find yourself in this maze-ish area, and you wander around until you find this gate, but before you're able to go through the gate, this ghost has to take one of the gate keys out and throw it into a random part of the maze. So you have to go find the key, drag it back over, but before you're able to drag it back over, this monster thing pops out, and you just gotta shoot it until it, becomes one with the earth again. And then you drag the key around some more, and then put it into the lock opening the gate. It's just complicated, but, it works. And then after a little bit longer fighting ghosts, you have to go meet up with the Ghostbusters again. And now you have to find out how to open up this gate. Which is, a little bit hard, kind of. So what you gotta do is grab one of the, stone babies, don't worry, they're not alive, and smash them into the little faces that are on the gate. Do that 3 times until the gate opens up. Don't worry about that fail, but it's fine. And then now that you have it all open, now you have to open this gate, which is just, put tether here, put tether here, put tether here, put tether here, then car open up gate, and then you go through gate. Very simple. And then here you're like, oh, we can just, tether, 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 and then, open up the gate again. But no, the gate gets mad at you and it zaps the car. like gates always do, because why not? And then you get ambushed by a whole bunch of ghosts, and then these weird giant statue things that, come to life, and then you have to shoot them until they blow up, and then they're like, little horn things pop off, and you have to, again, tether, move them into the keyhole, tether, keyhole, and then the gate opens up. So simple and makes so much sense. I just love how much sense this makes. It's not really hard to explain, it's just weird to explain. So, that's fun. And now you're at the tower that has the glowing thing above it, and you figure out that the mayor was haunted this whole entire time by the big main mad ghost, evil ghost. So, no, that's fun. And you pretty much, take care of him pretty easily. Except for the part where you get sucked into another portal and you're in this realm, which breaks apart, and you're in this voidy thing with a giant fiery ghost. And it's really simple. He pops up, you shoot him, he goes away, he pops up into the middle, you shoot the weird little statue thingies that are reviving him, he pops down, pops up again, you shoot him, and you rinse and repeat until he blows up, until he dies. So that's pretty simple. And then you go back into your main world, and yeah, that's it. Roll credits. That was fun. That was a pretty good game. I'm not gonna lie. This was a really good and fun game. It's over now. It's rolling credits. I'm kind of making it sound like there's gonna be more to it, but there actually isn't. But that was really good of a game. Really good game. Way better than Hello Neighbor. I'm not gonna lie. Alrighty. Well, I gotta figure out which ghost did this, because apparently playing this game, did not help that out at all. So I now gotta figure out, how this got here. That's gonna be easier said than done. But I'm gonna figure it out. And yeah, it's gonna happen. So I guess bye now. I don't know. I don't really know how to end this, so I'm just gonna, eventually it's just gonna cut out, and I'm gonna just sit here, talking to myself, and yeah, it's just gonna happen. Every once in a while, it happens. Like cut out. It just ends straight up, just ends, and I'm gonna have to figure out when to cut it, when would be the funniest point to cut it in editing, and when would not be the funniest point to cut it out in editing. But mostly when would be the funniest part to cut out. When I should just cut it, or when I should just cut it off there. Just cut it off there, and no one will ever have to listen to me babble on ever again. It's gonna save me a lot of time, save you guys a lot of time. So, everything I can be saying could be, wastes of time right now. But at the same time, I gotta say it because I don't know if it's going to be in the video. It might be in the video, it might not be in the video. This is all one take. This is insane. But what I do know is this was a pretty good game, and I liked it a lot. And eventually I'm gonna cut out, and it's just gonna happen. And I have no idea. I think I'm kind of actually losing my mind because it's not gonna happen yet. And I don't know when it's gonna happen. I feel like it's already happened, and I don't know if I'm saying this and your guys are gonna be hearing this, and I don't know what's gonna be happening, and I don't know if this is supposed to be happening. Ah! I think I decided to cut it. I think I decided to cut it. Like it's a leave is a weird. What is leaving.